Now we're going to look at a case study of how macros are configured in the Platinum Sample workspace. Please note there are minor differences between the workspace version shown in this presentation and the current Platinum Sample workspace. However, these differences are minimal and the concepts remain unchanged. The first thing we're going to do is show you a few different ways you can control trading state from your macros. After that, we're going to look at how the macros used for trading functionality are structured, and we're going to discuss how this workspace is very useful for trading one or many products at the same time. As you can see here, we're looking at the macro builder, and at the top we see that there's three different macros which are used for each contract. The first one, which says contract 1 activate, is used to turn on the trading state for the CL contract. If we look at the third macro, we see same CL contract, but its trading state is turned off. If we look at the second macro, turns on the trading state for the CL contract and turns off the trading state for the other 5 contracts. Now this same macro structure is used for the other 5 contracts in the workspace. If we skip to the end of the macro list, we see that there is a portfolio activate macro. This turns on the trading state for all 6 contracts. And then if we look at the deactivate macro, it turns off the trading state for all 6 contracts. So essentially, using these different macros, you're able to control trading state for all 6 contracts. If we look at some of the other macros in the workspace, we see a common theme. You'll notice here that every macro that we're highlighting includes the same function for each of the 6 different contracts, right? So the reason that this is useful is because you can have one contract with its trading state on, or you can have 6 contracts with trading states on, and it's going to run functions for whatever trading states are on. Now this is true because we have an execution approach of safety medium here. Okay. Now not every macro in the workspace has only 6 different functions. If we look further down the list, we see this one, for instance. This one starts off with 2 macro calls. Each of these macros, which are called, have 6 functions each, and then we have another 6 functions here, another 6 functions, and then we have another 5 macros, each calling 6 functions again. So, all in all, we have 2, 4, 9 different functions run for 6 different products. So we have a total of 54 functions here. Now, just to bring this together, aside from the contract activation and deactivation macros, for all the other macros in the workspace which have to do with trading functionality, we have the exact same functions for each of the contracts in our workspace. So why did we configure this workspace the way we did? In other words, why did we set up all these macros so that they have 6 function references, 1 for each contract? Well, the main answer is flexibility. Many traders have similar functionality needs for the different products that they trade. So if we have the same structure for all the different products, it's very intuitive to toggle between one product or another. Another reason, which is probably the most significant, is that it's very efficient for trading multiple products simultaneously. Even if you don't have a trading strategy which is specifically intended to trade multiple products, there's lots of ways to use these methods. Think about a scenario where you're trading one product at a time, and over the course of a trading day, you start to accumulate positions in multiple products. Well, how do you handle a situation if you want to start exiting your positions for everything at once? What most people are accustomed to is having to start liquidating their products in a hurry, and typically this involves canceling all your open orders, setting the order quantity for your next order to be your current position size, then placing your limit order, maybe setting an order condition. Well, if you think about how many products you're trading, you might have to take all those methods and multiply it by 3, 4, 5. That's a lot of different methods that one person has to manage, right? Using Keyboard Trader, you can handle these scenarios very, very efficiently. For example, you could assign one hotkey to perform all the trading functions we just mentioned and have it execute for all the contracts which you are currently trading. We also want to mention there's another benefit to using this type of workspace configuration, namely one where you have the same method applied for different contracts in a set of macros. It's very easy to scale up or down the number of contracts which are referenced from your macros. You can do so using the Add Remove Contracts tool, which is found in the Utilities.